Hello, my name is Jackie and this is my first budgeting video. I'm very excited. If you've seen any of my other videos, you see that I do quite a bit of planning, and I'm also doing quite a lot of goal setting for 2018, and one of them is to get my budget in order, more actually my spending in order. This is probably more accurate. My spending is very erratic and I can't afford to be, so I'm trying to control that. Also done some videos on weight loss, which is another one of my goals for this year, but let's just focus on budget. So I've got my Erin Condren monthly deluxe planner, which I'll quickly show you what a typical month looks like. I've also got a stack of Erin Condren stickers and other stickers and all sorts of bits and pieces and a load of coloured pens. I don't know exactly what I'm doing yet, but we'll find out. So I'm going to put my stickies and things to one side a moment while I give you a quick tour of the planner. Move my pens out of the way as well. Put them over here. So Erin Condren is a lady and a company that makes monthly planners, diaries, those kinds of things, and other associated stuff. It's usually a weekly one with a monthly summary, and you get a whole year's worth, which I do have as well, which I do use for my planning. This is a different one. This is the monthly deluxe, and because I'm on a budget, I actually bought this second-hand unwanted through eBay, because I think the lady got a duplicate, or there is actually a slight printing error in this, which doesn't bother me at all. So I think they probably sent it one for free, and I just bought it off her. And I also bought this cover, which I thought was quite appropriate to go with it. It is a silver coil. There's various ones you can pick. So when you open it up, you get a little summary sheet, some inspirational stuffs. You get a yearly, 1 yearly, 18 months. Yeah, 18 month overview. I've got a couple of bits and pieces in there that for just to bear in mind for things for the year. And you've got a 12 spots for, I guess you could use them for goals and things like that. I haven't used them yet. I'm not sure what I'm going to use them for. And then you move on to the month section. So it is January, and at the beginning you get a page there for, it's like brain dump, drawings, doodles, notes, comments, things you want to remember. You get a lovely bit of inspiration. This is the neutral one. She does do a colourful one as well, which is quite vibrant. Again, this is second hand, so I didn't really have a choice. I actually would have preferred to go for a more colourful one, but that's not what I got. So this is the neutral, and then you get a 1 month's summary. I'll just remove that bookmark out of the way, and you can put on here your bills, and I may put some of those on in a moment. There's a space here you can put your goals, if that was what you were looking to do, which I've got a couple of things I want to do this month. And then you have this section here, which is probably where I'm going to be listing out my bills and my outgoings. And that is where I'm gonna begin, I think. So yeah, let's have a little look-see. So I've got some little bit of tape. I've got a variety of little kits that Erin Condren does for a few £. I think this month I'm going to use this one with the diamonds on it, and this here with some gold lettering. I actually ordered the silver from her, and she sent me gold. Not she, because it's not her, she's got stuff. But they sent me gold, so I'm not keen on the gold, but I'll use it. Waste not, want not, and all that. So I'm going to pop just some stickers down, because I'm a planner girl and I like things to look nice. So I am going to go through my monthly bills and outgoings and what I plan to spend. I'm not going to sort of divulge everything for my salary, because I'm not allowed to. My employer doesn't like me to discuss wages, which is fair enough. Most companies don't ask you to do that, but you'll get the rough gist based on all my bills. So most people don't really mind anyway. That's not what you're here for. So, but here we go. So I'm going to start off making it pretty by putting this lovely gemstone washi at the top. Let's put this fairly snug. I think it will go right across the top line. I am going to have to trim some off, I think, which is fair enough. So yeah, briefly how my bills are set up. I live with my partner. His bills are completely separate. This is nothing to do with him. He does his own thing. And and every week I give him a set amount of money to cover our household bills, which I'm going to list here. I moved in with him, everything was already set up. I did not see the point of asking him to put them in my name, put them in joint accounts. We have got a joint account which we use for our wedding fund, but I just couldn't be bothered to say that, hey, I'm going to want you to put all my names on stuff and things and all that stuff. So most of the household bills are in his name, coming out of his bank. I give him money towards that. We are getting married, so, you know, end of the day, whatever. So that is my January. It's pretty, ain't it? It's lovely. So I'm going to quickly list those bills here. Let's grab a nice pen. I've got some very nice friction pens. These are ones you can erase, because I've got a feeling I will be erasing things today. So let's put that there. So these are the household bills. Nothing really wild in that. And I give him, say, a set amount of money every week, and after we've paid all these bills, which I'm going to list, I have, after all of that, some money left over. Gosh, my maths is rubbish. I'll see in a moment what I have left over. I can't remember. So this pays for the mortgage. We have a secured loan on the property. Pays for the gas and electric. It pays for the broadband. We don't have cable TiVo anymore. We used to, and we just found we won't use it enough, so we scrapped it about 2 months ago. Haven't really missed it at all. So there's that. The TV licence, which here in the UK you have to have a licence to watch the BBC, because it is advert free, so you have to pay a licence, and it covers radio as well, so that's there. What else does it cover? I think that is it. We also have Amazon Prime, which he pays for and I put towards, and that's due out again in March, I think. And the water rates, basically all the household bills. So water covers sewage as well. Oh, a council tax, which is a lovely tax they brought in about 20 odd years ago, which covers your rubbish being collected, police, fire, those kinds of things, but not the national health, which is separate. I think that is our lot. So yeah, that is it. I will have to do some mental arithmetic. I think after all this is taken out and I give over a weekly thing. I get paid weekly, by the way. My partner gets paid monthly. After all this is taken out, I have for myself to work with. After every week I have for myself, after all this is paid for, 241 pounds and 35 pence. So this would be for my personal bills, my personal outgoings, all that stuff to work with after all those things. And just say, I do use a spreadsheet to manage this, but I just thought this would be a really nice visual way to manage it as well, which is quite fun, and also makes me a bit more thoughtful about what I'm doing. So moving on to my personal sort of stuff that's outside our household bills. I have the gym. Now, so obviously I get paid weekly. Some of these bills are monthly. Actually, majority of them are. So I have to kind of work out where to spend my money. So let's go for the gym, which I have not used enough. So let's put monthly up the top. So monthly it is £30.79. Then I have my mobile phone. I have a unlimited everything for £20.69. I pay for our Netflix because, again, I had an account when I moved in. It was daft moving it over. And that's £7.99 a month. I have an ink thing for my printer. I'm not sure if I stop paying it, it will like kill my printer. It kind of implies that when you try to cancel it, you cannot print. I don't know. So I have to look into that. It's only £1.99 a month though, but it all helps. My travel pass, which I use for the trains and the buses because I have quite a bit of a commute, is £95.50 per month. And I have like an account with my bank. I use my overdraft, and I get charges for the camp facility I have and the charges, which is about £25 a month. I have a task to do is to go and see the bank and ask them to review if that's the best thing for me financially. So all those things there are my monthly sort of set fees. In addition to that, I have some weekly things. So I put in, I have this thing ISA, and basically I round up my banking transactions. So if I spend £1.75 on something, I can go in and just round it up to the nearest pound and put 25p into an ISA, and they do that but you can put it into like a little pot, and then once a week that goes into your ISA. An ISA is like a savings account here. I think it's interest free, or so you don't get charges on it, and I end up paying let's put weekly over here. I end up sort of rounding up around about £3 a week, which is not a lot, but I don't think about it, I don't notice it. And I've got about £115 in there. It's kind of like an emergency sort of fund, I guess. I also pay every week an old loan, and I pay £10 a week on that, and they're very happy to keep going on that. I have a credit card, and although it's a monthly bill, I like to pay it weekly. Now the credit card is very new, and I took it out to help build my credit, and it has worked. At 1 month in, my credit score has gone up, so I want to keep using it, bringing it down, using it. But I've got some money I've put on there for an emergency bill that I had. So I think I have to pay £20 a month, but I'm actually paying £10 per week to clear that down and just chip away at it. It's not a problem. It's tiny. So that, I think, is everything for my personal outgoings in terms of bills. I feel the need to underline something in a coloured pen, so I'm going to have to underline this here. Not that you can see it, this is actually purple. Whatever. I felt I needed to do that. So, on top of that, obviously have these going out, which are discounted. So if I was to work out how much that would be per month and how much that would be per week, sort of dividing it up by 4.2, because it's about 4.2 weeks per month. Per month, this would be £265.96. If you're looking at my numbers again, that doesn't make sense. It's probably me just doing a typo, but I have worked it out to be this, or £63.32 of my week's money, which I've got left over. So that does obviously bring it down. So my other transactions, again, let's use another pen. Let's get wild. This is green. My other transactions for the week are my sinking fund. I've set up a sinking fund, and I will do a video about my sinking fund. It's not a lot. A sinking fund is basically a fund of money where you know something's going to come out. You don't necessarily when you're going to be hit with it, but you know you will be, or you do know when you will be, but it's like a sporadic or erratic, or only once a year. So I think some people would use things like your car insurance, because some people only pay yearly because they get a discount, so they would put the money every month into that account, knowing that once a year they'll pay, and they'll get a discount by buying it a year in advance rather than paying monthly. It's also good for things that you know you're going to have to pay for, but you're not sure when. So my sinking fund consists of money that and I've put down certain categories that work for me. So my sinking fund is clothes, money. I've got a very small clothes limit. This may need to be tweaked. So it's clothes, towards my pet care. Pet food is part of my groceries, but pet care. So my cat is insured. Actually, I need to add that in there. Cat insurance, but there is a I can't remember what it's called. You know, whether you have to pay the first £50 towards it. I can't remember what it's called. Alright, it'll come to me. And also things like if she needs, you know, a new bowl or a new collar or like flea medicine, that kind of stuff. So that's part of my sinking fund. I've also got some money going there towards tech. So I've got my earphones, my Fitbit, my phone, and my tablet and my laptop. Some point something will break in the next 18 months, so I put in part of my sinking fund is towards knowing that they will break. My earphones break all the time, so that is there. It's my tech. Some people you'd be like, why? No, it's not urgent, it's not important, but you know, it is to me. We don't drink, we don't smoke, we don't go out clubbing all the time, no drug habit. So I like my tech, so I want to keep money there, so if I have to replace something, I can. I've got a very small amount for medical, so that things is the dentist, opticians, and things like my vitamins and stuff like that, because I get anemia, so I try to get multivitamins and things, and anything of that nature. Also includes gifts, and also money towards when my stepson visits us, which is about 3 or 4 times a year. Obviously my partner pays for most things, but I like to treat him as well. So yeah, so that's part of my sinking fund, and that works for me. Yours might be massive. You might be full of school plays and school trips and kids stuff and all sorts of things. Even your holiday. We're not planning to go on holiday because we're saving for our wedding, so that isn't part of ours. So our sinking fund is actually, it's not a lot. It's only £28 per week, which works out £117 a month, and this is money that will just build up and I can take from it when I need it, and if not, it will just quietly start building up. Hopefully, I mean, I might get to 6 months ago, actually this is a lot more money than I needed. I can cut back my sinking fund. I don't need to put £28 per week in there. I can put less in, or it might actually not be enough and I might have something, I don't know, but this is subject to review and I'm happy with that. These are all pretty much set. This is something it's part of my review. My other thing as well is I want to transfer money into our wedding fund every week. I'm aiming for £50 per week, and my mind's thought is that once the wedding is paid for and done and dusted, that money that I put in my wedding fund every week will actually start be used to build up my savings, which that is the next phase. That's my 2019 goal, is to start building up my emergency fund and clear my overdraft and, you know, have money. So if I can do £50 a week now and it's not too much of a bother, it's been a bit of a pinch, but I need to do it, then, you know, that's a good thing. And that works out 4.2 weeks is £210 per month. So that is one, hopefully eventually that will be savings. The next and the last thing I have on here, which some people might have an issue with, is I call it my blow money, because that's a saying that I got from a lovely lady called Shakima, who has a fab channel. Fantastic lady who lives in, I think it's Alabama. But she's lovely and she does her own budgeting videos, and she said you have blow money, and I thought that was a really great idea because you have to have money to enjoy yourself. So I have a blow money fund. You might go, oh, what is this? So blow money to me is money that I have for myself, and it's 30. I'm going to say she sends out £30 per week, which you might go, oh my god, she wastes that. But £30 a week is to cover things like my haircuts, a date night, books, any hobbies I have, any sort of beauty treatments, which I don't think I'm going to bother with. My eyebrows will become slugs again. And any hobbies that I want, anything basically I want to do to enjoy myself. And also I have a habit of, I'll go to the shop and I'll see, I don't know, something for my house that I hadn't planned, haven't thought about, but at the time it's a good idea and I want it. So it might be, I don't know, some vase cups, because ours are all chipped. So I think now's the time to buy it. It's on offer, I'll have it. So I set myself £30 a month as blow money. Although clothes are part of my sinking fund, this also may be used for that as well. So that, again, this may or may not work, but there might be leftovers. There may not be leftovers. I am a planner girl, and that's probably one of the things I need discipline with in not spending, because I have sales on all the time. So that's my money. I don't follow the cash envelope system for various reasons. One is that I've had my purse stolen out of my bag on my commute, and I've also had a house broken into and they stole my bag, my laptop, our savings as well. So I'm not so keen on the idea of having as a cash envelope system for all this, but that is something I may think about, just withdrawing £30 per week and using it cash. Or maybe £10 a week and leave 10 in my account for online transactions. I'm not sure, but that's something I'm going to think about. So with all of that there, after that, the grand total for all that per week of all my transactions is, have I got my calculator? Ooh, let's calculate. Yes, so all of that stuff there set out is 171.32. So that is, and that there's one thing left on there which you're probably thinking, how does she eat? Is grocery money. So one of my biggest expenditures that's up and down is groceries. I can spend £100 or I can spend 20. I am very inconsistent and I don't set a budget, but I need to. So my grocery budget going forward is, I'm going to aim for £65 per week. Now there are two of us and a cat, and she has litter. I also sort of take a lunch to work as well. So yes, that's 273 on groceries. A month roughly. But I had some periods in my life where I was actually quite poor, and I am a bit of a hoarder. I'll go and buy everything on yellow ticket and things like that. So I'm trying to get better at not being a food hoarder. So I'm working on that. I've got quite a lot in my cupboard, so I am working on doing that. So, but I'm aiming for £65 per week. That includes my lunches as well. Sometimes my blow money will cover things at lunches where I'll just go and grab, I don't know, I fancy a piece of chicken or pop or coffee. I run out of coffee. So, but generally that is what I'm aiming for. If there's a surplus to that, my grocery money, if there's a surplus to my blow money, that'd be amazing. It's going to be going probably into the wedding fund, I think. I want it to be used. So that is pretty much where I am for my budget. I hope the numbers make sense. I think they're right. So if not, point it out and I'll try and correct it. So that is my outgoings for that. I have this really great space here, which is for categories, and I was trying to think, how am I going to use it? Should I use a category, one for each category, things like maybe my groceries, my blow money, and just my savings. Wasn't quite sure what to do, so I think I am going to use it by, or you've got to use it maybe a week. You track by a week how you're doing. So what I think I'm actually going to do is by category. So how much I spend per week on, say, the groceries, and then I'll just make, can I make 4 columns? So after some and ahhing and erasing things, I think I'm going to do this by category. So this is going to be groceries, which is my biggest, most prone to change category, I think is probably fair. Wedding money, which is very important. And yeah, I think they're the 2 I'm going to look at first of all this month and just see how I go. And I may add in things like how I spend my blow money and how am I putting things into the sinking fund and everything, and maybe the balance of that, I'm not sure. So very simple for that one there. And flicking over to the monthly bills, I've written out all my bills ready for quickness. So my gym is on the 1st, which is actually today. My phone bill will come out on the 5th. And the Netflix will come out on the 8th. My ink will come out on the 22nd. My travel will be on the 23rd. And the bank charges and things is around about the 28th. See, I have this wonderful week where there's nothing. Oh, amazing. Adding on to that, so I apologise if you're a sticker person. I'm not sure where these stickers come from. I think I was just given them because they're quite messy looking. So there's that there. What else have I got here? But it's very cute little house signs by Duke Pluke. So I'm going to actually use one. I'll use this purple. I'm just going to put the purple over here for my little house. Why not? Because it's cute. And also on here, I'm not going to bother putting in my paydays because I get paid every week. My partner does get paid here, so I am actually going to put his on here. What I'm going to do as well as just a general reminder, is when I have my wedding fund money and the transfer to my sinking funds, it's just a little reminder to do it on a Saturday. So I'm going to put a little credit card. These are all leftovers from other kits and things I've had for my planning. I couldn't tell you where they're from, but just as a little reminder to do a little transfer on a Saturday. Just a little reminder there. And I think that is it. And also I've got a little budget sticker which I will need to look at on the end of the month. I probably realistically will do it I would say put it on the 1st is my budget day, but we shall see. And in terms of anything else, I do have a couple of goals. One of my goals for the month is to go and see the bank. Let's put the word goal in there. More of a task really. Visit the bank because I want to make sure that the package that they've got me on is like a platinum one. I originally intendedly got it for because it helps to control my interest and my fees and charges, but I want to make sure it's £25 a month with other things and interest and stuff. It's the best thing for me. So that is a financial task that I've set myself this month. So that is that. So I get paid every Friday. I don't think I can bother to put that on. no, I can't be bothered. And yeah, that's pretty much it, I believe. And yeah, so hopefully that's made some sense and helped some people. Love to hear what you've got to say, any thoughts and things. Please feel free to comment below. Have a little peek at that there. Hope that all adds up. It does on my spreadsheet, but I really just like writing it out just to have it visualised there. So my goals for this month are to see the bank, to stick to my £65 per week for groceries, to £50 per week in my wedding fund, £28 per week in my sinking fund to get that ball rolling on it. And hopefully I'm going to have to start using that for a few months, so it'll start building up. And this blow money here, we'll see how that goes. And yeah, thank you, that's it. Hope you enjoyed. Sorry it was so long. Sorry I talk really fast. I know I do that. But I hope that's helped some people. And I will include in the links below some links to this planner, which is Erin Condren Monthly Deluxe. It is an affiliate link, and if you was to purchase anything through there, I would get a little bit of money towards future purchases, which would be really nice for next year's planner. Also, you get $10 off, and it is international, so it's $10 equivalent to your currency. And so that's towards your first purchase, and that's where the stickers are from as well. I'll also include some other bits and pieces as well, which other things I get discounts and stuff on. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me. Hope that's been helpful, and please feel free to comment any suggestions or advice, where you think I could save money, any ideas. I'd love to hear it. Have a fabulous month. I will see you next month, and hope you have a lovely January.